They missed out that year, but won both the 89 and 90 flags. On the other hand, Border Districts are one of the oldest clubs in the league. They were the first club to win 3 consecutive flags in 79, 80 and 81, and also played in 8 grand finals in 10 years from 1975 to 1984. But 1991 is their first grand final appearance since then.
Well, here we are at Kowree-Naracoorte Oval today for the grand final of the Kowree-Naracoorte football for 1991 season. And my co-commentator Craig Stanbridge, very heavy conditions here today, Craig.
Yeah, I think that's about the least you could say, Max. It's proved pretty difficult throughout the day for all the teams, so I think it'll all go well for an interesting game.
Who do you think these conditions may favour?
I'd probably have to lean towards Penola just a bit. I think they cope with the wet weather a little bit better than Borders, but I still think if Borders get it all going, it could be interesting.
Well, I'm sure we're in for a great game today, so that's it for now. Have a break, back with the sponsors, and won't be long before the first bounce.
To get your money working as hard as you do.
Over today, the grand final of the Kowree-Naracoorte Football League between Penola and Border Districts. First bounce down by Southeast umpire Steve Phillips. Very heavy conditions here today. My co-commentator is Craig Stanbridge. Craig, it's going to be very difficult to use all your skills out there today, but it'll certainly take some skill to get kicks and be able to get this game going.
Yeah, that's right, Max. With this weather, it's going to be getting it along the ground quickly into the forward lines and trying to get one big kick to the ball. We don't want to play around with it for too long.
Well, Johnny Mossett there, the coach of Penola, has kicked the ball up to just over the centre wing position. Player in the ball there is number 11 in Tony McTavish, and we can expect that we'll see a fair bit of this player this afternoon. Kicked it out wide of the wing position there. Umpire's indicated it's out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in. Well, it's certainly heavy conditions. We've had some very heavy rain during the week, which has made it very awkward for the Kowree people to get the ground in top condition. They've worked hard at it, and obviously these conditions of today are what the two teams will have to play under, with Mossop and Luth in Ruckley tapped out at the back by Eye, coming off the ground by Weatherall. Play coming through there is William, across to the left foot up towards centre half forward. Is the Border Districts player and Andrew Jude. Out wide there, McTavish is the player that's got the ball. The umpire's indicated it's mine, and he'll have a bounce on the half-forward position for Penola.
It's very heavy in that forward pocket area, Max. He's just about, the umpire throws it up, then goes Bigfoot in for the tap. It's a bit scrambly there, and a free kick to the Penola forward. Who have we got there, Max? That looks like
Mike Palm.
Mike Palm, yep. A bit too far out to score, I'd say. It's a bit hard to go short. And he's got Weatherall there. No, we've got David
Eye.
David Eye. Well, that's the way to go, Max, in these conditions. They take control, get it in there and get it in close for a nice shot at goals.
Breeze pretty tricky too, Craig, in that pocket.
Yeah, that's for sure. Blowing straight across there. Kicks it in, looks reasonably good off the beat. Umpire gets across, and I think that's only 1 point. Yes, it is. So that's the first score of the day.
Well, that'll no doubt give Penola a bit of feel of what it's like to score. Andrew Jude, of course, one of the best fullbacks in the lead. He's a prolific kicker of the ball, and he's got a bit of breeze behind him. Kicks it down towards the wing position. Coming through there is Phil McIntyre. Good play, kicks it right up in the forward area, but as he's pulled away, the ball goes out of bounds onto the in the forward pocket area, and the fullback Andrew Jude again to kick in from that back pocket position. Well, that's the importance of pressure football, Craig, there, where the player kept running and just pulled McIntyre around a little bit and ended up getting a free kick to Border Districts. Scott Cunningham, I think it may be that, yes, Scott that's getting the kick there.
He goes, kicks it down to the half-forward line. We've got the Borders Mark, committed himself. He's going to get it out, gets it out down to the centre of the ground. Kyle Atkinson coming into it on Roger Gale. Good handball out. This is a chance for Borders. It's Kyle Atkinson's having a go there. Handballs out, Mossop with the ball. Sockers it off the ground, out in the clear. Tackle! It's almost holding the ball there. Just getting in hard. It's going to be a lot of this all day, Max. I think the pack's on the mill. Ball being there, guys fighting for it, trying to get it out. It's been that sort of football for all the previous games as well.
It certainly has, Craig. We've had 3 games prior to this, of course, which has also chopped the ground up a bit. We've got Luth and Mossop in there. Ball comes out. Borders unable to get it clear, though. Welland tried to get it, couldn't get it there. Eyes in underneath it, but another pack of players. Of course, the earlier games, we had the Junior Colts won by Kingston, that's right, Max. Senior Colts won by Naracoorte. A bit of a surprise there. And the last game, of course, a great game of B-grade football there. Kingston unlucky to lose that, but Naracoorte play well to win it by a goal. So up to forward line now. Here's Jude's the player out for full-back for Border Districts. He's trying to run the ball forward, couldn't gather it in. Player in there in Williams, handball Pridham across, but the Penola player's got it across to Peter. He's hooked it across to centre half forward, and in under the ball is Michael Palm again. Quite an experienced player for Penola. He has a lot of injury problems during the season, but certainly loves playing in finals. He could be quite an asset to them today, Craig, with his experience. Yes, he certainly could. He gets onto that well. That's a beautiful kick into the full forward square, but it's punched through, and I think that's going to be out of bounds. I think something that's happened today, Max, is that all minor premiers have lost the grand final, so I don't know whether that's a good sign or a bad one. Might be an omen, mightn't it? Yeah, it could be. Right, that boundary umpire's thrown it in. They've moved it on. Border, kicking it out of the fence. It's on the ground. Wetherall's in there, and Mossop covering Dickey. They're trying to get it out. As I said before, it's going to be like that. Oh, Wetherall, quick kick into the full forward line. Stephen Skier going up. Andrew Jude is a good fullback, that fella. A beautiful kick from Jude right down to the wing area. Lovely kick. Gives Borders an opportunity. No. Albie McIntyre picks it up. Oh, kicks it in. Good smother by the Borders player. And Shepherd, good work there. Gets it out wide. Here's a chance for Borders. Roger Gale comes in for Penola to back up. He's been a good, steady player for them for many years. And beautiful pass into David I. He settles down now. He's looking for someone up at half forward. That's a good kick in. Looking for was it Nick Williams there, I think, but he wasn't able to get it. And it goes out into the pocket now. Who we got there coming in? Was it 39? We've got Mustard. They're still a bit scrambly, just getting used to these conditions. Penola, some support in there, going out to Stephen Skier. He goes up for it. Oh, Andrew Dew, beautiful punch again. Jeez, he's playing well. Ball hits the ground, sticking to that mud. It's going to be a bit scrappy here. It stacks on the mill, and it's going to be a bit like that, Max, isn't it? Yes, I think the way the conditions are, I think that's how it is going to be too. The player up there that we're probably getting in for, he looks like Stephen Skier is actually Gibbsy, isn't it? And he just looks like Stephen, about the same build, so we'll sort him out in a minute. Ball out of bounds in that forward pocket position there, and the boundary umpire in Nigel Everard will throw the ball in from that full forward spot for Penola. Well, at the moment they're having all the play up there. It hasn't been down the Borders end at all, but the breeze probably, what's it worth, Craig? Is it worth well, goals? It's hard to tell, isn't it? Not much, I don't think, today. Out of bounds on the full, so there'll be the kick in there to Border Districts, and yes, it's Gibbsy up there. Actually, just looking around the grate, I don't think Stephen Skier's on the ground at the moment. I see he was pretty heavily bandaged there early on his thigh, and they may be saving him up, I think, for later in the game. Andrew Jude, another good kick up to half forward, fisted away well by Mossop there. Player in eye comes in, handballs across there quickly, and that's been passed up well to Roger Gibbs. Well, that was a nice chip in. Certainly was. He's got an opportunity now to line up from where he is there. He's in a good position to kick a goal, not too far out, and he's usually a pretty accurate kick, and this guy's played some good football for Penola over the last 3 seasons. He's come into their senior side, been a pretty steady player. He's hooked it a little bit. What's the umpire said? All clear, 1 goal. I'll have to be aware of Gibbsy after this. He might have a go at me for calling him scary there, Max. I think he might. If he keeps kicking goals, he probably won't mind what you call him. He won't mind at all, no. Penola on a 1-1. Penola, 1 goal, 1. Border Districts yet to score. Right, we have umpire Stephen Phillips here for the southeast panel, bouncing the ball, knocked out there. I couldn't get the run of it. Coming through there is Brent Wetherall. He's kicked it up towards the half forward and towards that half forward pocket area. Andrew Jude out again. He's playing well in this quarter, defending well. Kicked the ball on his left foot out towards Pridham. He couldn't get it in. Player there in Crick, knocked out there by Luthi. Pridham under the ball again, can't get it up. Peter Eyes in there. the Penola player in David Gartner, gets it up towards the full forward area. Marshall, the player there, coming out for Border Districts. He's handballed it ahead of him. Back it goes in towards the Tony McTavish. Handball across to Scott Cunningham. Teammates down in Adelaide before they came here. Big kick by Scott up towards the wing position there. Good contest on there by the two players in Jackson and the Penola player, but Scott Cunningham's got it again. Handballed across there to Dickey. Dickey's handball there to Jackson. He's got a chance now to do something with it. Steadied up towards half forward. Nick Williams underneath it, can't mark. Coming through, Richie Oliver's grabbed it, but under a bit of pressure. Good handball to Kyle Atkinson. He's hooked it around, and what's he done? First goal for Border Districts on the board. Good play there by Kyle Atkinson. He followed that ball down the ground. An excellent goal there, Craig, and he's a very experienced player, and he'll be one that Borders will be looking for a good game from today.
Mossop got the tap down to Weatherall. He's got it over, I think that's to Miller. But tagged him down there. It looks like it might be a bounce up here. The umpire's having a good look, and yes, he's going to come in and have a bounce up. Take a while to get used to those conditions. Up, we've got Mossop again against Luth. Luth gets it down. It's a good hard ball there. It's the other Weatherall there fighting for it. There's a kick out of the pack by Nobby Podovnik. Oh, some good pressure in there. Some great work. It was a fight for the ball here. But we got there, Peter I. Peter I gets it across, but Andrew Jude's in there again. Oh, we've got Gibbs free in the full forward area if they can get it out. There's a handball across to Michael Palm, but McTavish has come in. There's some good pressure by the Borders players there, and he kicks it out wide. In comes Phil McIntyre. He's overrun it. Don Dickey picks up the ball. Another skillful Borders player. They get it working. No, they've blown it there. They've got... going to have a bounce up by the umpire. Showing his skills there, Don Dickey was. He's another skillful Borders player that mixes in with Kyle Atkinson very well.
But that ball now coming across towards the centre, off the ground. Good play by Penola. Mike Weatherall, the player, was there, but he's indicated a free kick back here to Kevin Miller, and he'll take a free kick for Penola. Young Jason Marnie, of course, for Border Districts on the wing there, number 14, was under a fair bit of pressure then. His first season, he's only a 16-year-old, his first season of senior footy, and gee, what great experience will be for him today out here, and he's a very skillful young player. Here we have the player at and David I kicking well up the full forward there, but Don Dickey's the player out in front, ahead of Weatherall. He's taken a good chest mark. He looks further down the field, puts it up behind there, over the top of the players there, but there we have Peter Gale, and he's been able to take a good strong mark for Roger Gale, rather, for Penola. Kicked up there, and David Marnie's the player underneath for Borders. Handballed it out. Got it across to McTavish. Tavish time now to steady, but big kick up towards the wing position. Under the ball there is two or three Penola people. Miller couldn't get it out. Umpires indicated a high tackle on the Borders player, and the Borders player there is Jackson. Handballs across to his teammate in McTavish again. Brings it up towards half forward. Going out there is Richie Oliver and young Marnie. Richie Oliver's umpire's indicated play on. He was going to pay a free, but it's paid on to advantage. Kicked it across towards the half forward line. Punched out well to Pretlove. Atkinson's put it on left foot and kicked the second goal. Well, what a great goal that was for Borders again. Some good teamwork then, Craig, in a couple of those passages. Yeah. It's good to see the ball off the ground and them starting to find players with a good possession and accurate kicking.
The umpires bounced it down again. Up we have Mossop and Luth again. Big clash there. Mossop holding the Borders player. They're not going too far, that fella. So looks like we're going to have another bounce. He's actually going to throw it up this time. Must be a bit wet out there. Mossop tries to get it out. I think we've got Peter I in there again trying to get it out. We get over there, we've got Marshall in there. Brent Weatherall has the ball now, but there's been a Borders free kick. And that's, is that Modra out there? Yes, he's been a steady play for him this year too. Heading towards Mossop. Weatherall takes it. Umpires, yes, he's paid it. That's the great mark. One of his better attributes of his game. He's pretty good all round, Max, but his marking's pretty excellent, isn't it?
Certainly is, and he played well a fortnight ago, and he's starting off well again today. Up towards the end of the centre square there. Player coming through in, oh, is it? Yes, he's kicked it across there to player in Mustard, and he's got a chart. Gartner's got it now. He's put it on the boot, put it up towards the pocket area. Coming out there is the player in Roger Gibbs, and he's able to take a mark in the forward pocket area. Maybe within kicking distance there too. We just mentioned a while ago he had a shot, and Yes, he may be able to make the distance from there. He's probably 40-odd metres out. But ground is heavy conditions underfoot, and the ball no doubt will be getting a little bit heavy as well.
You're kicking on heavy ground there too, Max.
Doesn't look too bad off the boot, but it might just be on the wrong side of the goal post. It is. 1 point up to Roger Gibbs. That takes Penola now to 1 goal 2, trailing Border Districts 2 goals.
Andrew Jude kicks it out. It's another beautiful kick right out from fullback. Up goes Cunningham. He taps it down. We've got the Borders fellas working it out there. Big Peter Luth in there. And we've got Mike Weatherall coming out there, kicking it into Gibbs again. Oh, he's judged the ball a bit better than Andrew Jude off the ground. It's going into the goals, but I think it might beat them all to the boundary line. Yes, it does. So we'll have a throw in here in the Penola's right forward pocket.
Boundary umpire now throwing it in ruck. We've got Williams and Llewellyn there contesting the ball for Border District. He's taken the ball, kicked it down towards the centre position, but there's Weatherall again under the ball. Fime. He's kicked up to Gibbs, but Gibbs can't get to the ball. Umpire's in. No, he hasn't. He said play on. Knocked off the ground there by the Penola player in Baker. Coming towards the full forward spot, but coming out there is McTavish again. He's playing well in defence there. Gets it across to Modra. Got a chance now to get rid of it, but smothered off the boot. A lot of pressure being applied out there by both sides. Modra's in there again. Handball quickly down around the boundary line, but the boundary umpire's indicated out of bounds, about the half-forward flank position for Penola. And McTavish is covering a reasonable amount of ground down there at the moment. Obviously playing that loose man in defence just to try and get his team running there. Roger Modra it is. Kicks up towards the wing position there, out under the ball. As the Penola player couldn't hold the mark, though, down on the ground. I think this might be a holding the ball decision. The umpire's indicated if it's underneath your man, tap it out, else it'll be holding the ball. It's exactly what happened. And David Eyes, the player that's received the free kick, just ahead of the centre wing position. And he's looking for a lead up forward. Up it's gone now. Gibbs underneath it there. Fisted away again. Out there, Penola have got it, handball quickly across to Miller. He's steady, but not quite steady enough. Going across the flank it is. Borders knock it out towards the pocket position. And the player in Gartner getting that ball around the boundary line. Boundary umpire will throw in the left-hand forward pocket for Penola.
Yeah, beautiful tackle there by young Marnie on the Penola fella there. Mossop and Luth at it again. It'll be going on all day. But Peter I has a quick shot at goals. Out of bounds on the full. They need to keep the pressure up on this sort of day. Put the pressure on, make the mistakes. Give the teammates an opportunity to create down the ground. Like Andrew G kicking in again. Don Dickey up. Oh, beautiful fly, and he's going to pay it. Yeah, lovely mark. And he plays on straight away. He's coming out down to the wing, looking for Kyle Atkinson. Kyle's working hard. Roger Gale hot on his tail, and the ball goes out of bounds. Umpiring hasn't been too controversial at this stage, Max. It's been quite good.
Yes, it has.
Roger Gale's in there. Kyle Atkinson close in attention. Looking for a holding the ball decision from the umpire, but he's going to have a bounce up.
Our South Australian umpire today is Graham Schutz from the SANFL, and we welcome him down here, but of course we could have put on better conditions, but he'll get used to a little bit of mud and slush as the day goes on. Player there jumped over the top of the ball. Pies indicated yet to be holding the ball. He didn't really knock that ball out from underneath, so predominantly penalised there, and Kyle Atkinson's the player that has got the free kick. He usually does something with the ball. From the boot now, down towards the half-forward flank. Dickey underneath it. Nick Williams is the player there that's pulled down a good mark, and he's going to be an important player for Boards up forward. A fortnight ago, he couldn't mark the ball and give them much drive up forward. Today, he's taken a good mark there. Kicked off the ground by Crick. Running ahead there is Pretlove. The ball out towards the forward pocket, but it's been knocked out of the bounds in the left forward pocket for Border Districts with a score. Borders 2 goals, Penola 1 goal 2.
Yeah, I think this would be the start that Borders would be after too. A few early goals here, Max, keeping themselves in the game, keeping in mind what happened in the second semi-final. They'll have to work it all day. So tap down there. Mossop's got the ball, clears it long out to the wing, getting Penola out of the defence, moving into the forward lines. But young Brett Weatherall there, sockers it on. Borders players in support. They should be able to work it out here. We've got young Pridham over there, gets the ball out. We've got Peter I there, hands it over to Miller. Miller in trouble, and stacks on the mill again. Can they get it out? Yes, it's out wide. It's one of the I boys there, I think. Taps it on, out to Peter I. And I think the umpire is having a good look again. Yep, he's going to blow that up.
He nearly thought he lost the whistle there.
Yeah, I wasn't quite sure what he was going to do, Max.
Yes, it's very hard to handle that ball, and obviously he wants to give him an opportunity, but you really need to get it out that first tap, I think, or grab the ball and bounce it, or pull out a free kick quickly. There we have McTavish, the player now for Border Districts again. Left-footed, of course, and kicks it down towards the wing position. Coming in is Modra there. No one able to gather the ball in. That small kick out there was Cunningham's got it. Quick handball out. Knocked out again there from the pack, but gee, very congested play. Don Dickey's got it, trying to do something with it. Quick handball across. Weatherall's the player for Penola. Good left footer up towards half forward. Player out in front there, I know, unfortunately couldn't grab it in, but he was tackled by the Borders player in the process of going for the mark, and the umpires indicated he was tagged, and therefore a free kick to Peter I. Too far out to score, but no doubt hoping someone will give him a lead in that forward area, because just at the moment Penola would like a nice steadying goal. Not a lot of leads there at the moment, but Gibbs has given him no, but come across there. Player in Pridham, a good cricket is rather. Good knockout there. Ball down the ground again. Smothered. Craig Jones gets it up. Player in there, Cricky taps it out, almost lifts it out there to their captain in Craig Jones. Handballed it forward there. Player in Jackson coming through. He's got a chance here to do something with it. Out in front of Brett Love. He's dropped it. Player coming through there for Penola is the player in Coop. Got it across there to Robbie Clayfield. A good pass up to his captain coach in John Mossop.
Right, John looking to get it in there quickly to give Gibbs a chance. He's got Williams up there. Someone's flying from behind. There's a pack has come.
Yeah.
And where did he come from, Max?
Must have come off the interchange bench.
Couldn't see. That's Cunningham gets it out, and the Borders player that's over to Marnie. Marnie gets it over to Dickey. And he's ready, he wants to play on. He likes to move it on quickly, this fella, and that's the way Borders like to play their game. There's that man again, Weatherall, gets it in long. He's looking for Gibbs, but he's got a chance here. He's going to turn around. It's a bit hard in those conditions. Goes back to the captain coach. He goes in short, and he's looking for a player there. And I think he's got Baker, yes, Colin Baker, deep in the forward pocket on that heavy ground. Difficult shot from there. And he goes short, he comes in quickly. And I think that might be Gibbs. He moved in very quickly there to get that ball. And I think that's the way that's going to have to be. I think both defences are going to have to be tight right down to the last line there, Max. You
got both Baker and Gibbs, of course, with long sleeves under their jumpers, 36 and 26, and they're not really easy to pick up, Craig.
No, they're not. He comes in, lines this one up. That looks straight. Has he got the distance? And I think that was Andrew Jude. What a valiant effort there to stop the ball, touched it and saved a goal for Borders. So that's another point to Penola. Borders 2 goals and Penola move on to 1 goal 3. Lovely kick out by Andrew Jude. Look at that, beautiful. Looking for Big Joel. Joel can't quite take it. Penola puts it into the centre of the play. Borders coming through. Kick it on down, a wobbly kick, but looking for Richie Oliver. Will he make it? And he's on, I think, got David Anderson there, getting it back, repelling that attack, and Mossop. Probably got the better of the duel with Peter Luth today at the moment, Max.
Yes, certainly has, Craig. I'd agree with that. Down now towards the over the centre position there. Williams couldn't hold it. He's still in there fighting with the Borders player, but the umpire Steve Phillips has decided that he'll have a... I suppose the word's not good to throw up, but that's what he's doing. He's throwing the ball up. So then Peter Luth taps it down the ground. Kicked off the ground by Craig Jones. Across to Crick. Crick's tried to get it across to Jones now, but unable to. Good defensive play there by the Penola player in Gartner. Down on the ground now. Marnie can't get it up. Kicked off the ground again. Very scrambly play. Got it across here to player in Gartner again. He kicks up forward. And Rich, who's the player there? Andrew Jude is the player. The full-back who's had quite a few... defensive moves for Border Districts. Good kick again up to the wing. Underneath it there is Jones and Mossop. Off the pack there, Luth got it, tapped it out, but the Penola player and Miller got it. He's tackled quickly. David Ides hooks it up towards centre half forward. Jude under it again, and a good mark by Jude.
Having a great game, Max.
Yes, he's had a great season too, hasn't he, Andrew?
Yes.
Very reliable player, and as you say, good mark, and he'll put it right up to the centre now. Well, not such a good kick. Oh, good mark to Weatherall.
Yeah, Weatherall comes down looking for Gibbs again. Jude not back on him, but they've been saved there. That's Marnie there. Handballs it across to Modra. Modra's running out from the back lines. Kicks it out to the wing area. McTavish, nice kick. Will he do something with it this time? Puts it in long. And Richie Oliver's got the run. He's judged that well. He's coming in towards the goals. Has he got the pace? He shrugs it. He has the snap. And looking for Craig Pretlove. No, he can't take it. And the Penola defence are working hard there and take it out of bounds. So safety first there. Oh, no. We have a free kick. I think that might have been judged as deliberate, Max.
I think it is for sure.
Yeah. Didn't have many of those paid in the earlier games, but umpires might be hot on that today. Usually a pretty reliable kick, Craig, here. On a very difficult angle. It'll have to be one of his best if he's going to thread this through.
Well, he's made a few feet. He's sort of just getting the feet together as he slowly moves across to the centre. A little bit less angle now, Craig. And I think he's just out of bounds on the fall. Hit the point post on the other side. So he'd be a bit disappointed with that. Gives Penola now time to regroup and settle their defence and try and take it out of the Borders forward line. But Roger Gale kicking it in. Kicks it in long. Looking for Mossop. Mossop and Luth having a good tussle there. John's caught with the ball. Penola player gets it out, coming up to the centre. Great fly there by young Marshall, punching the ball, doing the correct thing. Gets it out wide. We've got Marnie there kicking it down, but no, David I intercepts. The on-ball Penola players are good players, Craig, aren't they? The two eye boys, and Palmy, when he has a run, and Mike Weatherall and Kevin Miller, they've got some good around the ball players.
That's right, some good experience. Kicked it in, and Richie Oliver taken a mark about 30-35 metres out from goal. He'll probably kick from around 40. He's usually a reliable kick, Richie, too. So he's been around a long stalwart, a long-time stalwart for Borders. So he'll be giving it his everything today to make sure he can win himself a grand final. Looks like it's off the side of the boot. Kyle Atkinson under the pack. Roger Gale comes over and taps it away. The Penola defence taking it to the line again. He'd want to be careful. He's been pinged once. Oh, he's got a free for a push in the back.
Oh, numbers across.
Young Gartner, that is. Oh, right, David Gartner. Gets a kick up long. Roger Gale there. Jones, Atkinson, and we've got it out of bounds. Boundary umpire about to throw it in. We've got Mossop and Luth. Arms locked there together, fighting hard for it. Down to David I, has a quick kick, and it just comes across the boundary line again.
Right now in front of our commentary position now. And as we pull that, I think... Siren. Yes, the siren's gone, and that ends first quarter of play, with the scores being Border Districts 2 goals, leading Penola 1 goal 3. Bradley, our on-ground reporter, will give us a report of the two coaches and what they've got their teams to do for this second quarter.
Thanks, Max. Before the game, Charlie McKenna was after his side to be a disciplined, hard unit, to attack the ball, make the ball their object for the entire quarter, to do the simple things all day long and just be at the ball. And I think he continued that message there in the quarter time. He didn't want any short kicks go long. John Mossop, he was after his players to harden up. He thought it was a soft quarter for the start there. He wanted all the players in front and to really get out for this next 10 minutes and make it a great quarter, so we could be in for some fireworks. Back to you, Max.
Now here we are at the start of the second quarter of the grand final at Kowree-Naracoorte. Border Districts leading 2 goals to Penola 1-3, and the SANFL umpiring Graham Schutz bounces the ball. We still have Mossop and Luth, who have contested the ruck most of the first quarter, in there now. And as David just reported us, Penola boys indicated by the coach it was a pretty soft quarter, so we'll see what happens in this one. Very congested. The ground conditions, of course, are heavy, and the umpire there in Stephen Phillips has decided to have another ball up, and that's a bit of the order of the day, Craig, because it is a difficult conditions out here to play in today, but the players are making the most of it, and no doubt with a flag at the end of it, they'll all be giving their very best. Luth gets the ball out to Dickey. Dickey kicks out towards the wing. Mossop's running towards the play there. Cricket is out in front for Border Districts, knocked off the ground. Craig Jones is the player that comes in now, looking to get the ball up forward. He's got time now to steady. Kicks the ball up in front of Oliver. Over his head it is. Comes down to ground, pushing the back by the look from here. And yes, that'll be Penola's. Gale will be the player that receives the free kick there. Kicked up towards the wing position there. Mossop and Luth underneath it again, coming down to ground. Players jumping on top of the ball, very congested. And the umpire in Steve Phillips has decided, no, sorry, the umpire is the South Australian one, Graham Schutz, who's decided to bounce the ball on the centre wing position.
We have Mossop and Luth contesting again. Mossop gets it down. Ball comes out of the pack. Oh, the umpire gets run over there by the ball. Good work there, I think, by young Marnie. Gets it in long. We've got Jacko going at the ball. He's going to soccer it off the ground. Borders looking promising attack here. Kyle Atkinson comes down on the ball, has another snap. Can he put through another one? Oh, what a goal. What a goal from Kyle Atkinson. I think we've had 3 of those from him. Excellent football.
Umpiring Graham Schutz. He's going to throw the ball up there, a little bit boggy out there. There we have Mossop tapping it out again. He gets a lot of taps from those bounces. McIntyre is smothered well by McTavish. He's in front now. Can he do anything with it? He's trying hard. Could have been holding the man. It wasn't. Got it up to Mossop quickly. Kicked just off the side of the boot. Underneath is Scott Cunningham. He's trying hard there to get the ball. He's got it out well. Good play, Cunningham. He kept at it. Knocked it down towards the half-forward line there. Coming through is the Penola player in Robbie Clayfield. Can't. Lucy's tapped it out to Dickie's got the ball out to his teammate, but no, it's been moved away by Penola. Gale's the player there who's cleared it out to the boundary line. McTavish is the player now on that left foot. Oh, not a good kick though. Gale another chance to do something with it. Handballed up forward towards McIntyre. He's out in front. Tapped it in. Lucy's in there trying to do something. Mossop's trying to do something with it, but a good contest there. And, oh, gee, she's hard work out there today, Craig.
Yes, it is. It's going to be very heavy on the feet by the end of the day, Max. There'll be some sore and sorry legs out there. They'll have to work it hard, and it could be the fittest side or the one that's prepared to take it on to get through to the end. Again, Luth, Mossop fighting. Podobnik coming out, touches the ground, kicks it off the side of the boot. We've got Palm. Goes up for the ball. Got Williams in there again, fighting for it. Cunningham in there. Llewellyn. Another throw up. Williams. Luth. We've got David I, moves it out, turns around nicely, kicks it back in, looking for Roger Gibbs. Attacks the ball. There's a good bump there by McTavish. Gibbs still with the ball. Gets his boot to it, kicks it down long, looking for Skier. I think that might be after disposal. Yeah, umpire at this end's called it. The other umpires let it go. And I think we might have a goal here, Max.
Yes, well, it appears that way. The umpires look down the ground to see what's happening, and he's obviously going to let the goal go. The player who kicked that goal was Baker, and he hasn't played a lot of games in my memory this year, but he's in this grand final side today. Weatherall it again, kicking up towards the forward line. Coming out in front there is David I. Good turn there with the ball. Gathered it in nicely. Put it up towards Gibbs. It is underneath the ball at centre half forward. What can he do with this one? Borders got it out. Got it across to Marshall. Player there in Jason Marnie. He's tapped it out there, but Peter Eyes in quickly. Can't handle it cleanly though. Trying to get that ball out. Oh, she's on in there now. Very hard to do anything with the ball. It's hard to get control of it. And once she gets on the ground, it's very difficult. At one stage, it was arranged to be a new ball used in the second quarter, but it doesn't look very new to me. It might be the same one from the first quarter, but perhaps the players are happy enough to getting used to the idea of handling that ball. Peter Luth tapped it out there. Marshall tapped it on behind him. McTavish is the player in there. Unable to gather it in, though. The umpire's indicated from behind. It'll be in the back to McTavish. He'll get himself a free kick just on the half-back side of the centre wing position. McTavish, a lot of experience, of course, with the Glenelg Footy Club. Up towards the centre there, McWilliams out in front, but Clayfield's the player there. A lot of experience for him for Penola. Cross to Phil McIntyre. He's got a chance. He gathers the ball cleanly. He's a great goer for Penola, that Phil McIntyre. You can play him anywhere, and he loves these sort of games where plenty of enthusiasm and really gets his side going. Up towards full forward. There it is for Borders. Coming out there. It's McIntyre again. He's got a chance to get it onto Mossop, but he's decided to put it on the boot, down towards the wing. Down in front is Miller. Good play there by Jason Marnie. He's tackled by Weatherall. Got the ball out in front now. He's got a chance to put it up forward. He's running around the boundary line. Looking on that natural left foot of his. Hooked it across towards centre half forward, but 3 Penola players there. Clayfield's the player. Big kick up towards centre half forward. Under it is Dickey. And Dickey judge it there. No, it was pretty hard to judge. Dumped there to the Borders player. Dickey's the player there again. Good left hand handball to Luth, but he's missed the run of it. Tapped it out again there. Player in Peter I got a chance. Handballed across to Weatherall. He can't gather it in. Handball by Pridham to the player in Nick Williams, but I was incorrect. It's not a handball. The umpire's indicated it's a throw, and that will be a free kick to Mike Weatherall.
Weatherall kicks it down. I think that's a bad kick. It's gone straight to Marnie. He takes the mark. Plays on quickly out to McTavish. If they want to get this ball in quickly to see if they can score, I think he'll go long. He's going into the square. He's kicked it up. Richie Oliver. Has he taken it? Yes, the umpire's paid it. What a great mark by Richie Oliver there. Some strong opposition from behind. He's held his body in front, locked the ball down there and taken the grab, and will settle now to try and kick a goal for Borders, try and kick their 4th goal. I think the statistics show too, Max, that I think Penola have had the most handballs and kicks, but Borders seem to be finishing off a bit better.
Well, they certainly do at this stage, and that's an important goal, because I think most of us believe that if Borders can stick with Penola in this first half of the game, they've certainly got some very talented players there, and if they can get that run-on game going, well, they can really make a contest out of this.
So Williams out there is at centre-half forward. He's been pounced on by the Penola players. David Anderson goes wide, left foot. This could be promising for Penola. They've got a loose man. They could set something up here. A touch on the ground. Come in long. Mossop looking there for the ball. Put in front, Stephen Skier. No, gets a tag down. Mossop, can he get it out? Andrew Jude, here he comes again, Max. What a great player for this Borders team today.
Yes, he certainly played well today. He's got it right up over the centre wing position there. Atkinson and Phil McIntyre's the Penola player. He's gathered it in nicely again. As I said earlier, he's playing a good game for them. Across to Weatherall, good spoil by Jackson. Come down the ground. Dickey's tried to get it. He can't. Phil McIntyre's handballed across to Nobby Podobnik. He's put a kick up to the centre position. Tony McTavish there for Border Districts. Number 11 tapping it out in front. Good contest there with Eye. That's Williams, the player. Handballed across there to player in Eye. There's Stephen Skier. Good hand pass across the player in Gartner. He's kicked up towards his teammate in Kevin Miller. Kevin Miller's hooked it up towards the half-forward flank. Underneath the ball there, it's a player in Peter Eye. He's tapped it out. Good play across to his coach in John Mossop. Left foot kick by Mossop. It's a bit short. Andrew Jude, the player in again. Good bump by the Penola player in Palm. Comes across there to Brent Penola. Brenton Weatherall, sorry. He's got the kick up there, but good defensive play. Sees Scott Cunningham coming away with the ball for Border Districts out towards that half-back flank. Jason Marnie out in front of his opponent there in Baker. Umpires indicated in the back. And it'll be Jason Marnie to take the ball on that half-back flank position ahead of his team mate there in Baker. Coming forward there, Michael Cricket is for Border Districts, taking a mark just behind the wing position. Puts it up forward. He's there, but the player out in front was Coote. Dickey got it across to Fitzner. Pretlove rather. Pretlove's got it now. Handballed across to nobody, to Michael Weatherall for Penola. He's kicked up towards the centre-half forward position. Under the ball's Marshall. Behind is Jude. The umpire's indicated interference with Ross Marshall, and he'll take the ball and defend out to the half-back flank for Borders.
Over to Jones, and Jones gets it and plays it on quickly. This is the way Borders like to get it moving. They've got good skills. Play it on quickly, run the ball down the ground. He's over to Pridham. Pridham he's looking for someone, goes long down the ground and going up for Williams again. Can he take it? What a great mark in front of the Penola. And he plays on, he's off quickly, he's running into goals. What will he do with it? He puts it up high. Oliver setting. And touched by David Anderson. Good defence by Penola there, but a good lot of play, a good run of play down that wing over there, Max, by the Borders team. Yes, they're starting to get their run-on game going, and you've experienced that during the season, Craig, a couple of times. When Borders run the ball and they run it well, they look a good side, don't they? Unfortunately, been on the wrong end of it, Max. Yes, they do play it well. Coming out now, they're trying to clear the ball. It's very congested in there. Players finding it difficult to handle it cleanly well, and got it across to Jones. Jones up in the forward pocket, but too wide. Umpires indicate it'll be a throw-in in the forward pocket area. Free kick there, I think. Free kick out on the full, is it? And Borders, of course, lead 4-1 to Penola 2-3. You know, very interesting contest here. Jones looking for leads. There's 2 or 3 out there, but he's put it up into the pocket position. Wide there, Richie Oliver's the player. He's taken the mark right on the boundary line. Probably a very acute angle from there, I'd say, Craig. He's pretty deep into the pocket, and he'd be on a fair sort of an angle. And this would certainly be a good goal, but there's probably not a more experienced player in the side. And Richie's kicked a lot of goals in his time, and I think he'll put his head down and have a go. He's tried a reverse punt there. What's he done? 1 point. It doesn't mind kicking goals, Richie Oliver. I notice Craig Jones too out on that wing, Max. He's starting to pick up a few touches now that he's moved off of Weatherall. A bit more room to move there and coming into the game. Kicked out wide to the flank. We've got Don Dickey up there, but he doesn't get at the Penola fella in front. I think that... I wasn't sure who that was there. Kicked it into Mossop. Up they go. It was Nobby, yeah. Punch down. We've got Jackson going at it. Luth gets the ball. Handballs out. We're looking for Dickey. Couldn't find it. Peter Eye in there. Trying to keep the ball moving on. There's that man Jones again. Short pass in. Over Kyle Atkinson's head. Out goes Craig Pretlove. He's working hard at the ball. Nicely played back. Oh, good smother by the Penola player there. That's good pressure football. The defence is working hard. Here's that man again. Willie Evans. He has another snap. He's had a go at it. What has he done this time? Well, he likes having a go at those goals, Max, and as you mentioned earlier, I'd hate to see him on a set shot. He probably wouldn't go close. He loves snapping those shots for sure, and as our stats people have pointed out here, it's interesting to see that Andrew Jude has gone to centre-half back by the look, and Roger Modra to full-back. Well, here we have the player in Coote, I think that is, now kicking out for Penola, and Craig Jones is the recipient of a chest mark, and he's got the opportunity to put his side back into a chance of getting a goal. Kicked across towards centre-half forward. In behind there, Nick Williams. Great mark, Craig, and that's what they look for in Nick Williams. He's a tall lad. He's probably 6'3", and I thought in the second semi-final when these two sides played, that was a difference in the game. They didn't have any Nick Williams or Richie Oliver taking marks, and today they're giving that little bit of lift up forward, and I think the reappearance of Don Dickey into the side, who didn't play in the second semi, also has made a difference. Nick Williams with a left foot now. Nice steady kick, indicating it's a goal. Craig Love's indicated that. So Nick Williams, the goal for Borders, takes them on now to 5-3, leading Penola 2-3. And he's just going in to take this tap now with Peter Luth. Taps it forward there. Podobnik's got a chance throw on the left foot. It's been touched, so there'll be no mark in that. Come downfield. Dickey's the player, got it out. Good handball across to Jude. Jude, handball to Roger Modra. He's kicked the ball up towards the half-forward flank position for Penola, running up towards the wing now. Marshall's the player out in front. Rossi Marshall, he's unable to contain. The umpire's indicated tagging against Marshall, and the player in front should always get the benefit of any doubtful decision, and he certainly got it there. Kicking over towards the centre. Under the ball is Dickey, unable to pull it down though. And Michael Palm, left footer there, out towards the boundary line. Good play there, coming through very quickly was David Eye. Good left foot kick, but it might be out on the full, I think. It has, but very pacey play there by David Eye, and he's been one of the stars for Penola today with 8 kicks, 12 kicks, have we? 14. Yeah, 14 kicks for the day, so doing very well so far. But we have the Pridham kicking the ball back in. That's a good kick up to the centre wing position. Have a tussle there between Mossop and Luth. Ball goes to ground. Borders players trying to get it out. We've got Palm putting a tackle on. Oh, that looked pretty nice there too, Max. A few strong arm tactics, trying to sort a few things out. And what will the umpire come up with? I thought a similar player that was caught early in the day. I think that player 13's a little bit lucky in that case. Yeah. I thought he was missing when he was punching the ball. Yes, I think that's right, Max. We've got McIntyre down there putting the pressure on the Borders guy back the forward lines. Roger Gale standing out, waiting to see what happens, and the umpire's going to call a bounce up. Or a bounce down, or a throw up, whatever you like.
All right.
Up it goes. Mossop back in there, working hard. Jones coming through. Picked up his rate tremendously. Got Jackson sitting there loose at centre-half forward.
Turned his back on the game too, and had punter
short
there.
To Oliver. Just a bit too short. Atkinson in to tackle David Anderson. Oliver again with a snap. Will this come off for them? Yes. We've got a mark there to the Borders player. Is that Crick? 26 there. I think that's Crick there, isn't it, Max? I didn't quite get the number there. It's a bit far away.
Yes.
Isn't it? 26.
Yes, that's Michael Crick.
Well, is he lining up for their sixth goal here? And he's put it straight through the middle, and the Borders fellas are very happy with that. So it just makes you wonder with Llewellyn giving away a few kicks there earlier, Max, but it could be paying off in the long run. A few stronger tactics helping the Borders team out. Goes down Andrew Jude again, a lovely punch from behind. Marnie in there working hard. Wetherall's in there. Baker in there as well on the bottom of the pack, and the umpire comes and calls for a bounce up.
Come on, Borders!
We've got umpire Stephen Phillips there throwing the ball up. Luth, Mossop. Big punch by Mossop down the ground. Comes Pridham through, strong, tries to tackle it. And a good tackle there by the Penola. And in goes Llewellyn again, just trying to sort a few things out and clear the ball open, make the ball come free. Umpire Phillips again throws it up. Williams gets the tap. Penola will be looking for a goal here in their forward lines. Need a goal to keep them back in the game. Was that too high? And I think, yes, the umpire has paid it too high. And a little bit of spite coming into the game here, Max. A little bit of grand final stuff, I think.
Well, I think it is, yes. And the Border Districts player in Llewellyn's involved again. The umpire's decided 50 metres, and that'll make him horribly close to the goal line to have a shot, won't it?
That's right. I don't think he'll miss from there. And who's got the kick? I think it might be Brent Weatherall coming up there to take the kick. Yes, unfortunate because some of Llewellyn's tactics have been working and he got the team back in, but he's given away a goal there, unfortunately. So Penola would much needed goal there. Takes him on to 3-3. Borders 6-3. Got a bounce here with umpire Schultz. Ready to bounce the ball. Favours Mossop, and Llewellyn comes over the top, taps it down. Roger Gale coming through, strong and hard. And the umpire's paid it too high, so he's going to get a kick, be able to put Penola down into attack again. And kicks it wide. Young Marnie in there, but it looks like we've got Baker, young Colin Baker in there, taking the mark. The man with the long sleeve Guernsey kicks it down. Marshall in front, good grab, stood his ground, took the body from behind. And Borders looking to move it on quickly. Out they go wide with Jones. Working hard, he's got 2 against 1. And that's given Penola the advantage here. Don Dickey, what can he do with it? He held it in, no. So Stephen Skier, the old master, work it in. Nice short pass in, kicks it into Roger Gibbs. Beautiful play. Well, he showed some talent there, Max, didn't he?
Certainly did. He showed some pace, and he was just showing that those legs have still got a bit of run in them. Very experienced player, of course, Stephen, and he reads the game well. And Gibbsy's got the job ahead of him now, probably from 40-odd metres out where he's going to kick from. Be a good kick from there. What a nice kick off the boot, but just offline a little. Knocking it down was Jude. Come out to Cunningham. He's got it across to David Marnie. He can't gather it in. Struggled a bit there to do anything with the ball. Umpires indicated I'll have it. And these umpires today, they like standing off from a fair distance, having a good look at the game to see if there's anything happening in those packs. And generally, they've given the opportunity to players to get the ball out. Luth in there again. Williams in there for Penola. Good kick up there by McTavish. Out in front of Marnie. Marnie's coming in. Good play, Marnie. Put his body into the ball, and the umpire's indicated free. Good play by young Jason Marnie then, and quite a courageous little player. He's looking to see what he can do with the ball. He usually disposes of the ball well with his natural left foot, and he'll look for somebody up forward. Underneath the ball there was Mossop. He wasn't able to get in. Phil McIntyre kicked it off the ground. David Eye was there, tried to get it away. Play on was the right call. Umpires indicated I'll have this, and a few bodies intermingled there. And umpire in Graham Schutz will throw the ball up in a fairly boggy part of the ground. Luth and Mossop again. Neither one gets it down. Luth gets it out now, picking up off the ground. Across, Marnie's fighting hard. He's got it. If you need to tap it out so you don't get a holding the ball situation. And as we call that, the half-time siren goes with Border Districts leading 6-3 to Penola 3-3 at half-time in the grand final here at Kowree-Naracoorte between Borders and Penola. Time break.
Thanks, Max. Well, there's 2 very different rooms in there at half-time. Penola were very quiet and thinking about the job they've got in front of them. They've got a big task here to catch the 3 goals they're behind. John Mossop just said he appealed to the players to think of the responsibility they've got to the club and the little things and the discipline they have to get back to the basics and try and endeavour to get themselves back in the game. And he's asked them to toughen up their approach to the game and hope they can, through a greater desire at the ball, get back into it. On the other hand, Charlie is very happy with the side. He's pointed to the 2 Marnie boys as great examples of attack at the ball and really doing everything right, approaching the ball and playing the skill they have to use. Very happy. He's hope they just keep it going and they'll be back in the game from there, I'm sure. Thank you.
Thanks very much, David. Thank you. Well, of course, we had the bounce of the ball here to commence the second half of the game at Kowree-Naracoorte in the grand final between Border Districts and Penola. After those comments from David, the two coaches, no doubt Penola will be very keen to get an early score on the board here because Borders played particularly well in that second quarter, and a 3-goal lead today, Craig, is certainly worth a fair bit, and they'd be pretty disappointed if they let this game slip away in this quarter, because Borders no doubt would like to hang on to this 3-goal lead.
Yeah, I'm sure they would, Max. They've had a very good second quarter. They've improved all over the ground, and they would like to maintain this lead. 3 goals, as you said, in these conditions, very, very valuable. We've got McIntyre in there kicking it back out to Mossop and Leith. It's out of bounds, and those two, I'm sure, will take the ruck when this ball's thrown in. Still very windy, still very sloshy around the ground, so hard conditions to play footy out there. Weatherald at the back, snaps it into the middle of the ground. It was Pridham going for the ball. We've got the Penola and the Borders fella working hard at it there. Young Gartner working, and Scott Cunningham kicking it long and wide again. Up goes the pack. Dickey's in there, but Weatherall coming out, gets the handball across. And the umpire, what's he picked up here? Free kick to Penola, too high, I think he was indicating. So it's like Nobby kicking it down long, and he's found Mustard there. He's kicked it out short. And Craig Jones there again. He's picked it up well. Took that ball away from Miller, who's having a bad day today. Again, we've got Gartner taking a mark between centre wing and the half-forward flank. Penola have opened with a little bit more fire and desire at the moment, so obviously realise they have to make something happen here if they want to get back into this game. It's Llewellyn picking it up, goes out across to Brent Weatherall. He says, oh, that's a nice little how do you do. Thank you very much, Jonesy. But Weatherall's got it, kicks it on quickly into the pocket. It's pretty deep. That's I think that might be Miller, and I think that just about indicates the day he's having too, Max.
Yes, I would say that Miller's definitely not fit. I don't think that the way they dragged him in the second quarter and the fact that only one touch isn't his sort of footy, so it's probably not his day today. Knocking the ball out there is McIntyre. Down towards Jones for Borders. Put it on the right foot. Hooked it up in front of Atkinson. He's got a chance now in front of Phil McIntyre. No, he's done that cleverly, but 3 Borders nearly holding the ball again, I'd suggest. Yes, and umpire Steve Phillips gated holding the ball against Kyle Atkinson. It goes to Mike Weatherall. Few people have indicated from times that perhaps Mike doesn't play his best football in tough games. Well, he certainly played well from today. Kicked the ball up forward there. I think the umpire's indicating there's a 50-metre penalty on here, so the game will come back, and umpire Steve Phillips has indicated a 50-metre to Mike Weatherall. That puts him probably about the 50-metre mark from the goals, and he'll be looking for a lead, I would think, to pass this ball to. I think it might be just out of his range to try and kick a goal from there. He's had 15 kicks to date, going for his 16th one here. Good kick off the boot, right up in the goal square there. Players trying to tell. I don't think it's been, yes it has, it's been touched, so 1 point to Penola, and there's been 2 or 3 goals down that end, balls that have gone through that could have been goals, Craig, but just touched on the line. So it's valuable stuff to keep defending tightly, because Borders need to sit on this lead. They've got Andrew Jude kicking out from fullback. He kicked right down towards the centre there. Under the ball is Jackson, and he's taken a good mark there. And Luthen Moss have been a bit of a dust up there. Must be a bit of heavy stuff going on. Down towards the centre it is. In high is Dickey, unable to gather it in though. Player there in Mike Weatherall again. Good left foot kick up towards half forward. Jackson's the player out in front. Handballs across to Roger Modra. He's played quite well in defence. Out towards Cunningham and Brent Weatherall. Down on the ground it is. Player in Llewellyn kicks it forward. It's back Shepherd's for his teammate in Pridham. Pridham puts it up towards the wing in front of Crick. Michael Crick's got it now. Looking down towards half forward. Kicked over the head of the pack there. Over towards Anderson. Richie Oliver's got the run of the ball. He'll kick it off ground, no doubt. What's it going to do? It's going to go through. That's the 7th goal for Border Districts and Richie Oliver. They've got that forward line wide open now, and that's what they're trying to do, obviously. Luth tapped the ball down here towards Dickey. And get it out, though, pile up of players there. Umpire's indicated that it will be his all up. Steve Phillips, the umpire.
Right, umpire Phillips about to throw that ball up again, as he has done most of the day. In comes Joel Mossop, having a good tussle and a few little ones off the ball too. So out there, we've got Marshall fighting for it out with the Penola player. Pressure on by the Borders. There's Scott Cunningham in there. Now Penola putting the pressure on. They realise they have to put the pressure on. They've got to get back into this game. They wouldn't have liked that goal from Borders early in the quarter. They need a couple now here to keep themselves within reach. With these conditions, as I said, 3 or 4 goals, it's very hard to pick up.
You mentioned earlier, Craig, that all the minor premiers have lost so far today.
Yeah, that keeps this up, Max. It could be the full result of the day. We've got David I taking a mark in there. He's clear in the centre. He's looking in, trying to get it in long. Oh, what a bad kick. It's luckily it's gone to Albie McIntyre. It turns round, a good kick into the forward line, giving their forwards a chance. Skier up. Has he taken it? No, 1-2, grabs it down on the ground. Mossop doing the roving, trying to get it out. Still got it. Ships it back in. Great smother there. I think that's McTavish. That was a great smother out there by McTavish on Mossop's kick. Penola still putting it in. Kick it in long. Andrew Jude's back there. Borders have got the numbers. They just need to take control and kick it out again. And run it out. It's into the middle. There's 2 Penola guys there. But Albie McIntyre kicks it in long. Skier up again. No, Gibbs got him mixed up all day, Max. I'll be criticised for that afterwards, I think. There's a soccer off the ground, hits the post, and on the full. So Borders get a chance to kick that ball back in. I don't think they look that much alike, did they?
No, well, just a bit. Andrew Jude now at full-back. He's played a great game for Borders today. Good kick over the half-forward line there. Come off the pack. Podobnik's the player out there. Can he get it? Yeah, he's handballed it across to Mossop. Mossop got a handball down to David I. David I is steady now, but kick off the side of the boot, but up towards the full forward area. Nearly a mark there. Penola's to Penola, but the umpire Phillips has called play on, and then he decided that he would have a throw up right in front of where goal square position there. Luth tapped it down, but David I is the player. He's run through, and he's kicked a valuable goal for Penola. And Peter Luth got the tap down, and I think he might have been called out in that one, Craig, because he tapped it right into his arms, and David I's kicked a valuable goal. Yeah, Graham Schutz is about to bounce the ball in the centre. Everybody's anxious to get in there and have a go. Mossop taps it down, but Penola in the player of Gartner. Good handball, sorry, it's handballed across to Gartner. Kicked off the ground by Llewellyn. That ball
just stays
out
in.
Of bounds. Got in ruck again, Mossop and Luth. They've certainly worked hard, these 2 players today. Mossop taps it down, but unable to get it away. Tavish in there, good kick out at the pack, coming through there. Good play by Atkinson, good handball across to Dickey, very accurate now. Dickey's got a chance to put it up forward. Anderson looking around, Richie Oliver out in front. Craig Pratt loves the play. No, he can't get it. Anderson taps it well towards the line. Coming through there is Jackson. He's tried to keep it in play, but the umpire's indicated out on the full. Craig Pratt might have nearly talked him into that one. But out on the full, and the kick across there from Jackson. Is it gone straight across towards Richie Oliver, but Penola cleared the ball out towards David I. He's got the run of it here. McTavish coming in from the side. Good play by I. High tackle against him. Not much in that, I don't really think, but one of the players are getting pretty excited. But David I has decided now that he'll get up and do something silly.
He's obviously good enough to get in there and sort it out again, Max. Couldn't have been too much.
Well, I don't think we sort of needed that, because if he was that fit, he'd be better off to go back and have a kick, I think.
Our statistician Lou Schinkel was just saying at half-time, Max, that it'd be interesting to see the couple of Borders fellas that come from Adelaide, whether they've still been able to train all season, if they were training with someone that was out of the finals, or whether their fitness would get them through. I don't know who they were training with, but...
No, that's probably one of the biggest problems, isn't it, is to just how they do their training, but they've certainly been valuable players for Borders this year.
Well, I'm sure... well, that's Miller up there, I think, having a go. He's... Penola taking advantage of a 50-metre penalty. Mossop out to Weatherall. Sockers it off the ground again. Put him in there. Crick over the ball. Jones in there as well. Borders fellas in there everywhere, trying to keep it in, and they have done that, trying to stop the Penola players from getting it out and scoring it a goal. So the umpire's going to have a bounce. Up we have Mossop and Luth again. Mossop up early. Luth getting the tap down. Jones out to Dickey. Dickey quickly out again. It's the Penola intercepts. Marshall's got the ball, being pressured by Palm. And again, I think we might have a throw up by the central umpire.
Well, it's good to see the two big fellas there having a bit of respect for one another and having a bit of chat about perhaps the tactics of the last ball that was thrown up. And they're in there again, Mossop and Luth. High on the ball there, but indecisive, come down to ground. It's happened there. Llewellyn trying to clear it, but smothered well off the boot. Gee, there's a lot of pressure in those packs. Scotty Cunningham it is, kicks up towards the centre wing position. Player pushed under the ball there. Robbie Clayfield, he just got it across to Phil McIntyre. Phil's lost the runner, but good ball handling there. Got him in a quick kick down towards the player in Pridham. And he's got an opportunity. David Marnie's out on his own. He's given it out to him there, but over his head a bit, which has made it a little bit more difficult for him. He's still got a chance to put it on the boot. Out wide of the wing position, running out towards the boundary. Atkinson and McIntyre, good play McIntyre, eye on the ball all the time. Get high with the up there. Umpire's indicated, yes, a high bump on Marnie. No, he's indicated it'll be a throw in. Well, a little bit unlucky then. I think that was pretty deliberate and pretty easy to see. Knocked the ball out there. Podobnik come towards Miller, but good play by Jones. He's got a left foot kick now down towards the centre half forward position. Richie Oliver in there. Good hand pass to Crick. Crick's tethered now. He's getting protection by Atkinson. He's put it on the boot. Cross there, but Robbie Clayfield, it is under the ball. He's also a fine fullback for Penola, and he's taken a safe mark to steady the game for Penola.
Kicks it back in, a big torpedo punt. Long out onto the flank. Dickey comes in on the ball, tries to pick it up. Mossop comes through. Jones gets it again. Wetherill there. The ball being thrown around in all directions. It's on the ground again. The pack develops. A couple of fellas there having a little word to each other. Checking out their toothpaste, I think.
Well, we've had a change there with David Marnie going off. I think he was indicating he'd get a bit of cramp. And young Simon Tucker's come on for Border Districts.
Up they go again. Mossop taps it down. The Penola fellas working, but the Borders guys in first again. They are working hard. They look like they're showing a bit of determination, but the umpire, what's he done here? He's holding the ball. Holding the ball against Borders. Penola now to relieve a little bit of the pressure and move down to the centre of the ground, straight down the middle. That's, great tackle there by Dickey. Again, the pressure in there, it's tight in there. It's been going on like this most of the quarter. And free kick to Penola. Don't know how he picked that one out, but he's a little bit closer than us. So obviously there was something there.
No doubt a good decision.
Yes. Up they go again. Penola looking a little bit dangerous here. Roger Gibbs, good move. Good kick in towards the goal. 1-on-1. Modra and... Help me out there, Max. It is Skier. After all that time I've been calling him Roger Gibbs.
Well, looks like he's got the thigh bandage off.
Yes, yeah, that was how we were picking him before, but he's taken it off, I think, and that was good body work by Stephen Skier. I think that's the way he likes him too. And he's missed it. 1 point only. He'll be disappointed with that.
Gee, will he ever?
Penola needed that desperately to keep themselves in the game. But the mark, again, that's probably one of Skier's best attributes too. He's a good mover of the body, keeps him out and can take a strong mark.
And we'd normally say a very accurate kick.
Normally we would, yes, Max.
I notice Stephen just point out too that Kidman's on for Penola. I'm not sure who's off, but the ball comes out there to Don Dickey and he's taken a good mark and he's tried hard all day today, putting the ball out in front now of Pridham. Got a chance to take a steadying kick for Borders. Borders seem to have players giving plenty of movement at the moment. Nick Williams under this with Gale. He played it well, but he's indicated in the back against Gale, and so it'll be Nick Williams as free. Got a chance to put it up to half forward. Up he's gone. Atkinson's underneath it. Richie Oliver pushed Atkinson out of the road. Thought it was going to be his, and he's trying to get an easy kick there for out on the deliberately, but the umpire's indicated no, it'll be a throw in from the boundary, and the Mossop's in ruck opposed to Nick Williams at this particular throw-in.
And as they go for the ball, good hard body work. Tapped down by Mossop, but we've got Tucker to pick it up, has a snap, and it's only a point. And David Anderson picks up the ball. and is about to bring it back into play. Borders putting the pressure on Penola here with keeping it in their attacking zone. Out come Anderson, wide. Atkinson under the ball, Weatherald up, nearly takes it, can't quite. Nice little chip out over there from Penola. McIntyre's on the end of it, looking, has a good look. So can he make the use of it? Gets it down, but a beautiful body. Good work by Pretlove, not paid the mark. Jude in there, tapped out by the Penola first. Stephen Skier, lovely little kick down to Gibbs. Can he make it? No, bends over, twists away. Oh, great defence by the Borders player there, which is Jude, and they go across goals. Bit risky, but I think they've got the room there. Cunningham picks it up. Nice kick out. Oh, this is dangerous. Borders can set something up here. Touches the ground. This is McTavish again. Short pass into Atkinson. And Atkinson goes back, steadies, wants to keep it going though. Borders like to keep that ball on the move. If they hold it up, they're going to give Mossop time to settle down in there. Good short pass into Llewellyn. He steadies again. We've got Oliver moving down forward. Llewellyn in long. Don Dickey, no. Borders fellas all sat down and let young Gartner come in. He's been a steady player for Penola today too, Max.
He has, Craig. Actually, he's a very steady player normally, isn't he? He's a bloke that you don't notice a lot, but when you look at stats, he does very well for Penola. Big kick up there now, and Luthi tapped it down, tapped out here to Pridham. Pridham's got a chance, but should have taken the first option, but he fiddled around a bit, but he's got the kick up now, but McIntyre's the player under the ball, and umpires indicated, yes, that's a mark to Phil McIntyre, and he's had a good game for Penola today also. He's had 12 kicks at this stage. Kicked it up towards half forward. Jones in there, Mossop in there. Luth trying to get it. Couldn't. Nossop's tapped it out. Got it out there to his teammate in Mustard. Oh, smother there. In comes Llewellyn. Handballed across to Pretlove. Play on the umpire's call. Very heavy conditions there. Pretlove's chucked on his left foot. An ordinary kick, but Michael Crick's got a chance to do something with it. Kicked it across to young Jason Marnie, who we mentioned early in the day has played well for Borders on that wing. His natural left foot. Hooks it up towards Jackson. He's on his own out there. Gee, loose, the Penola Boys will want to tighten up in that back line. They're a little bit loose down there at the moment. Jackson's got a lead coming out here. He's kicked it across to Crick, but missed him. Don Dickey behind. Selling out here, but Crick's still the player, control of the ball. Got it out there is Weatherall again. Good kick up towards the centre to brother Brent, but went over his head. Pridham's the player in there now for Borders. Handball across to Marshall. Marshall on the left foot up towards half forward. Running out there is Jackson. Met the player heavily. Gale comes through. They got a chance to handball towards the centre to Mossop. Good play by Mossop. Gathered it in. Big kick up towards half forward there. Out in front is Andrew Jude. One of the best players for Borders today. He's got a handball across to Craig Pretlove, who's down in defence now, and he started off in attack. Coming out there, Craig Jones out in front of his immediate opponent there. He's got a chance to handball to kick. No, he's handball to Scott Cunningham. He's running into trouble, but he's tapped it on the ground. Left foot kick up towards the flank. Out in front is Crick, but a good spoil by Coote. Sees it go over the line on the half-forward flank for Border Districts.
Boundary umpire about to throw it in again.
Nola player injured over there.
Yeah.
Might be Mustard, is it? It's a bit hard to pick.
Roger Gale gets the ball. Kyle Atkinson sneaks in, picks it up. Williams kicks it in long. Will it make it to Richie Oliver? No, he goes up. Clayfield in front. Anderson there as well. Clayfield again. Turns out of it nicely for Penola and relieves a little bit of the pressure. Don Dickey out chasing the ball. Got plenty of room out there. Has a look. What can he do? Kicks it in. It's going to fall in the middle. McIntyre running at the ball. Penola steady in there. Out to Mossop. Better get his kick quick there. Boots it down to the ground. Looking for Brent Weatherall. He can't take it. And that's Kidman on there. Handballing out. Gets it across to Skier. Skier over to Gibbs. Can't quite make it. Stretches out for it. Oh, great tackle by the Borders fella there. Good pressure. And now they've turned that defence into attack. Pridham has to get rid of the ball here. Got Cunningham in the middle. Comes through. Picks it up. Doesn't quite take it. Taps it out nicely. There's two of them there. They should talk here. Plenty of time to work it out. That was Jones. Tried to find Crick, but he couldn't. And in come Coote. He kicks it out straight up to Kidman again. A couple of touches since he's been on. Having looked, trying to drive it into the half-forward line. He's got Luth to get over, but from behind Marshall, a good steady mark, and Borders can just relieve that pressure a bit more.
Well, Baker went off then for Penola. Looks like it could be a collarbone, or certainly a shoulder up in that area, so bad luck for him. Playing now with Brent Weatherall. Kicked across towards centre, almost went backwards instead of forwards, but Nobby Penognick has got a chance to do something with it. A little kick up forward towards his teammate in David I. David's got a chance now. He's nearly run down, but he's decided to steady, put it up forward. Player there in, Roger Gibbs, taking a good mark. And, Penola needed this goal badly. If they could... If Roger can kick a goal here, will make all the difference to their score. She's kicked 1 goal to date. Got a chance here to kick his 2nd goal. Looks all right from here. Well, umpires indicated, yes, Roger Gibbs, 2 goals. Penola, 5 goal 5. Trailing Borders, 7 goal 4. Comes away, David I, the player there, but a quick kick. Llewellyn was the player for Border Districts, number 13. Got it up over the half-forward line. Roger Gale, the player out in front there, kicks it back towards the centre wing. McTavish knocks it down on the ground. Coming through is player in Jackson and I, but the ball goes out of bounds and it'll be thrown right on the centre wing position on the eastern side of the Kaiby Oval. Still Mossop and Luth in ruck. Good contest in there. It's been a good battle all day there. Can't get the ball out. Penola trying to end it, but a quick kick by McTavish up towards Dickey's out in front of Clayfield. But once again, out of bounds will be another throw in. Quite a few positional changes made, Clay, when you look around, and players perhaps... one I'm thinking of at the moment is the full-back for Penola. Clayfield, he's normally there, and he's out on a half-back flank at the moment. And David Anderson's back at full-back, and they seem to have manned up pretty well rather than worry about the particular field positions. They seem to have picked out players to man up on. Knocking a ball down there now. Penola got it out. Kick off the ground there. The Borders coming through there is the player in Simon Tucker. He's got a chance there for Borders to get it out. Handballed across to Dickey, but umpires indicated it's the throw, not a hand pass. And so a free kick will go to the player in Gartner for Penola, who's had 11 kicks for the day.
Weatherall takes mark, kicks it down long. He's going in. Big Joel's in the centre again. Up goes Palm. Can't quite take it. I think that was Jude coming out right out from full-back. They want to be careful here. Penola have got a few back in the goals. They're bottling it up there. I think they needed to do that until they recovered in that defence. And just been pointed out as well, Max, that Scott Cunningham's come into the game. He's picked up, I think, around 5 quick kicks this quarter, and just starting to have a little bit of an influence. A bit quiet earlier on. It goes into the goals quick there from Penola. Borders should have the numbers. Socket out wide. But Jones coming in. And Skier gets it. What can he do? Great smother by Modra. Over to Gibbs. Gibbs, he picks it up. Handballs back in. They need support. Tackled again. The Borders defence really putting the pressure on these Penola players, and it's showing in the end there. They're trying to move it around and get to an open spot, but the pressure is there all the time by the Borders players, which is good football, and is probably why they've got this small lead at the moment. They're in there again. Weatherall still picking up kicks, has a snap. Doesn't look like it's going near the goals. Kicked it over, and Modra's taken the mark. Very steady player again there for them today. He's going to come out wide onto the flank. Looks like Peter I come in. He's taken a grab, and he's going to steady it for Penola and try and look for a move into the forward line. He's far too out, long way out to kick the goal, but he's trying to find someone in short. Mossop was making the lead, but Luth in front. He gets it again, kicks it out. Pretlove tries to soccer off the ground. McTavish, can he pick it up? He does. Kicks it away into the centre. McIntyre and Atkinson fighting for it. They're both working hard, holding it in there onto the ground, and I think umpire Schultz come in and have a throw up here.
McIntyre doesn't give many a freeze away from playing from behind, does he? He's always in front.
He's a good, reliable player, is Albie McIntyre.
Now we have Luth and Mossop. Tapped the ball down there. Peter Eyes got a chance, kicked it up towards half forward, but Craig Pretlove's out on his own. Good tackle by Skiri there. Ball comes away to Modra though. Kicks it up towards the centre. Player in front there is Atkinson. Quick handball across to Jackson. He's kicked up towards forward, but Gale under it. Couldn't hold it though. Tapped it on to Richie Oliver for Borders. He's got a chance to snap. Put it on the left foot, but across the ground it's come out towards the pocket. Player out there in Coote. The goal umpire's indicated it's out of bounds. Even though it come off the boot, it obviously bounced along the ground. So quickly Borders got that down to their forward area. All started with a quick handball from Kyle Atkinson. And as Craig's mentioned a number of times, this is how Borders like playing the game, just getting that ball on quickly. Throwing in now from the boundary. Umpire Graham Schutz in control. Mossop and Nick Williams there. Ball comes out the bat. Don Dickey's hooked it around towards goal. Underneath it is Crick. And he's taken a fine mark for Border Districts. Well, he's in a good position to score from there. He's only 20 metres out, 15 to 20 metres out on a slight angle. One of those head down right over the ball job today because the ball is heavy and a little bit sticky. And you need to really concentrate on his kicking here. Important goal for Border Districts. He can get this one and open up a nearly 3-goal lead. What's he done? Looks nice off the boot. Straight through the centre. A good goal. Border Districts now go to 8-goal 4. And that's Crick's second goal. And 8-goal 4 leading Penola 5-goal 5. McTavish on the ball. Mossop and Luth again. Mossop gets a big tap down towards Palm. Palm's dodged around nicely there. Went to handball but decided to put it on the left foot. Up it comes to the half-forward position there. Weatherall it is now up at half-forward. And Hitler. Siren goes for 3/4 time. Border Districts 8-goal 4. Penola 5-goal 5.
Quite happy at this stage. He said his players have done all the right things so far. He said they're in front. Penola have to play the catch-up football now. He said he wants his players just to run on heart in the mud, just keep pushing all day, and he's sure they'll get home from there. John Mossop, well, he said Penola, they've got to play man-to-man. They've got to get close. They have to stop the 50-50 ball going against them. They've got to get the ball in front, do the right things. He said they've just got to get their hearts out there, push through the whole game. And he said if they have belief in themselves, he said they'll get there and win it. We think we're all set for a great last quarter. Back to you, Max.
Right, here we are for the last quarter of the KNFL Grand Final at Kaiby Bolite. Umpire Graham Schutz about to bounce the ball in the centre with Borders leading 8-goal 4 to Penola 5-5. Tapped down there by David Williams, who's had a very quiet day for Penola today. Kicking the ball up forward there. Under the ball is Brett Weatherall. And as David commented, no doubt John Mossop wants a big lift from a lot of players in this last quarter because legs is what's going to count. And there must be some tired ones out there now. Brett Weatherall up towards full form. Mossop underneath the ball. Comes to ground though. McTavish tried to kick it off ground. Tackled there. The Border Districts player unable to get it out. Trying to tap the ball out. McTavish got a handball loose. Weatherall's the player coming through. Good play. Tried to handle it. He couldn't. Coming through is Podobnik. He's got it across to Palm. Palm's hooked it towards centre of the square. Mossop can't control it though. Over across to Pret Love. Across to Jude. He's played a great game for Borders today. On the left foot. What's the ball going to do? Out on the full. And that will be a free kick to Robbie Clayfield. And I'm not sure where he's playing at the moment. But I thought he was at half-back last quarter, but he's certainly well up ahead of there. Big screwy up towards the goal square there. Under the ball is Roger Modra. Kicked it off the ground there. Coming forward is Brett Weatherall. Good play there, straight at the ball. Good attack on the ball. Knocking it out there is the Borders player. But no, unfortunately, umpire Graham Schutz has indicated that it'll be another ball to be thrown up. Just probably 35 to 40 metres out in front of the Penola goal, and they'll certainly be looking for a major here. Luth in ruck. David Williams there. Comes to ground. No one able to get it out at this stage, trying to knock the ball out there. And able to, yes, Llewellyn got it across. Miller now slipped over. He can't get the ball up. Young Marnie's getting in front there. Coming through is the player in Brett Weatherall again. He's got a chance to do something with it. Turn back into the crowd. Off the side of the boot. But still in play, just about to roll over the boundary, and the boundary umpires indicated that there'll be another throw-in at the half-forward flank position for Penola with Mossop, and it looks like Luth it is in ruck.
And they go together. Mossop taps it down. Peter Eye there. Says he hasn't got the ball. Claims for a free kick. Cunningham fighting his way through. Weatherall off the ground again, but only as far as Jude. He kicks it wide across ground. And we've got Gartner leading out there in front of Crick. Time to pick it up. Can he do it? Oh, well done by Crick. He's tapped it on, kicked it on. Borders into attack. Loose man there in Williams. Gets a nice little how do you do in the back, and he should get it on quickly as he goes down. It might be Tucker, he's there. Can't quite mark it. David Anderson, been solid in defence all day. Runs it out. Nice clearing kick, goes out looking for Gartner again, wide on the wing. Crick having to make up ground again. Gartner kicks it off the ground and goes out of bounds and will have a throw in. And I notice Mossop playing at centre half forward, Max, and from past experience they tend to do this a lot when they're in a bit of trouble, hoping to get a mark on, get a goal or two. So obviously there for a reason. Borders get it out. It's over to Crick. Crick, Weatherall chasing, kicks it in. Atkinson on his own, about on the 50-metre line. Comes back, has a look. What's he got to give it to? Borders forwards, trying to make a lead. Williams is off. Atkinson kicks it into Williams, going to be a bit short. Stops in the mud again. And I think we might have a free kick too high, the umpire says, to Williams. And he will have a kick from about 45 metres out on a slight acute angle. Lining up, he can probably make the distance on any normal day, but it's a heavy ball out there now, so we'll see how he goes. Coming in. Looks good off the boot. He's going to make the distance, but he hasn't quite got the accuracy. Penola now will be looking to try and run this down the ground, get it down quickly, get themselves a goal. They need a quick goal or two here to get themselves back into the game. Clayfield, not sure where to go, undecided. Beautiful torpedo punt, straight down the ground. Looking for Williams, actually he's got Weatherall. Weatherall handballs it out onto the wing. But we've got the Borders players getting there first. Atkinson, clear, picks it up onto his left foot. But wasn't a real good kick. He's gone down in front. Weatherall back in there fighting. Ball's taken to ground. The umpire will come in, calls for a bounce up.
Well, obviously, Robbie Clayfield still in the back line somewhere. He just had a bit of a gallop a while ago and he was at half forward. But Luther got in there now with Williams. Williams will need a lift in this quarter with Mossop off the ball at centre half forward to give his side a bit of sting there. Mossop's coming up here now, punched the ball out. Three Borders players there. Andrew Jude gathered it in easily. Coming up there, Jason Marnie and Miller underneath it. But Miller looks absolutely lost today, and I'd have to say again, I don't think he's a fit player. He's out there trying hard, but ball comes out. Mossop taps it forward. Llewellyn's got control of it now. He's got a chance. He's handballed it onto McTavish. Tavish running around the boundary line. Got a natural left foot to use there when he wants to, but he's run a long way, kicked the ball right up forward to his teammate in Tracy Adams, who's come on. But he's lost the ball now. David Anderson it is. He's got a chance to do something with it. Big googly left foot there. Comes up to Peter Luther Ruttman, and he's taken an easy chest mark just behind the half-forward flank position. Handballed across to Jude. Jude's got a chance now to put it up forward. He's done that with a beautiful long kick. It's bouncing through the goals. It's a major. Well, what an important one for Borders. 9-goal 5, Craig, to 5-goal 5. Just what they needed. If anyone can kick a ball a distance, that boy can. I'm
sure he'll tell his brother Sam that he can kick goals as well as he can.
Yes, now that was a very important goal because he got that bit of distance over the pack. Of course, people thinking the ball might have dropped a bit shorter, and a very important goal for Borders. And we don't have to look on Andrew Jude's statistics to know that's his first goal for the day.
Just looking around there, Max, and the forward lines, and a few of the Penola guys look like they had their heads down, and I think after that goal, it's going to be very hard for them to get back into it.
Well, Mossop's had to go back into ruck, and he's put Williams at centre half forward, and got to get himself in the action now. Ball kicked around towards Brett Weatherall. Brent Weatherall handballs out. Mossop's got it now, showing his own. Kicking up towards half forward. Dave Williams got it. Handballed across there to Podobnik. Podobnik's handball to Skier. Skier's handballed for the forward. Got the run of the ball there in the player. And it's a great goal there to the Penola player in must start. No, it's 1 point.
Good running play. They got
Yes.
the ball. That's what they need.
That's what they need for sure. So Andrew Jude, the Board of Districts player who just kicked a goal from head of centre there, kicking out from full-back under it there. Mossop tapped it forward through his Pridham. Good tackle by Mossop on Pridham. It'll be holding the ball. And Mossop's really having a go in this last 2 or 3 minutes since he's been on the ball, trying to show some leadership there to really lift his boys in this last quarter. Big kick up towards full forward. There's a pack of players there. Comes to ground. 2 Penola players who got a chance. Brett Weatherall across to Palm. Palm's got a chance now. Hooks it up towards goal, but coming out is Craig Pretlove, who is playing in that back pocket position. He's got a chance now to clear the ball out for Border Districts.
Pretlove kicks it out wide. McIntyre against Atkinson. And the ball is punched from behind and goes over the ground, over the boundary line, and we'll have a throw-in. Pressure really starting to build up here now, Max. You can feel it. The game's getting towards an end. Borders feel they've got control. The supporters are getting right into it. Tapped down by Luth out to McTavish. McTavish kicks it along the ground and it just rolls over right in front of our commentary position. Be some few tired legs out there, but this is when it counts. The grand finals is what you're playing all year for. They'll have to fight it right out to the end if they want to win it, either team. Mossop, Luth fighting again. Kicked off the ground into the middle. Podobnik going past. Gets the ball kicked into him. Llewellyn dives on the ball. We've got Jones in there tackling. Penola fighting hard, trying to get it out, trying to create something and get themselves back into this game. The umpire's called for a bounce up. Just on the 50-metre square between centre wing and half-forward flank. It's thrown up. Luth, Mossop fighting together. Llewellyn gets tapped to it. Podobnik still working hard in there, and the players jump on the ball, hold it in, and I think that might be part of Borders' tactics from here on in, Max. If they can bottle that ball up now with a 4-goal break at this time of the game, very good chance of holding on to this lead. Yes, I think you're right, Craig. It's interesting to see there that Mossop now taps the ball down. 2 or 3 Penola players are finding it hard to get it out. Whether all it is, kicks it off the ground, comes through there towards Williams. He can't control it. David Marnie in there. Ball knocked out to Scott Cunningham. He's got a handball across there to Pridham. Pridham's got a chance now to do something. Yes, he's got a run, kicking it out towards the wing there. Crick's under the ball, but coming through is McIntyre. Better judgment there, but he's unable to hold it. Don Dickey's the player. Handballs quickly back towards Crick. Crick taps over his head towards player in Captain Craig Jones. He's put it on the boot. Up in front of Kyle Atkinson. He's got the run of the ball here. Phil McIntyre's chasing him. Put a bit of pressure on. He dodged around, but Phil knocked it out of his hand. Got back on it. Good play by Atkinson. Beautiful pass to Nick Williams out in the pocket. Head of Roger Gale. And Nick Williams has got a chance to put this ball right up now to the centre square position to give Borders another chance of scoring. Nice kick off the boot. Travelling through. What's to say there? Goal umpires indicated it. It's another goal to Border Districts. Nick Williams kicked his second goal. And Borders, 10th goal it is. 10-5 to Penola 5-6. And a big job ahead of the Penola Eagles now, Craig. Yes, I think the Borders team have got their backs up. They're really starting to run on now. And that was run all the way down the ground, out of defence, in front of Kyle Atkinson, who finished it off with a beautiful kick to Williams. McIntyre put a bit of pressure on, but a lovely kick by Williams. Beautiful goal. Well, of course, this is Borders' first appearance in a grand final since 1984, and they're certainly playing well at the moment and could nearly pull this one off. Roger Modra kicks it up towards the centre. Jason Marnie, very steady play, puts a nice left footer up there to his forward players. Unable to get it out there. Umpires indicated that McIntyre was in front. Free kick to McIntyre to relieve for Penola from that half-back position. We've got young Marnie going in there against Mossop, but he's way too tall and strong. Grabs the ball. He's looking, who can he put it down to? Who's going to lift this Penola team? Weatherall flies high. Great mark. Beautiful mark in these conditions. If that's what they're going to get back into this game, that's what they need. And he's had a good game all day, Max. He's been known, people say, a bit quiet in big games, but he's had a great game today. He's had plenty of kicks, plenty of touches. They're fighting hard there. McTavish in there. We've got Weatherall in there. Ball goes just over the ground. Skier can't get there, and we'll have a throw-in that club room pocket. And really feel the atmosphere coming to a climax here. Everybody's can Borders hold on to this? Very tense. Luth, Mossop, Williams fighting for it. Hold it in there. Borders probably be doing that at every chance they can get. Few weary legs there, Craig? Yeah, I think there might be, Max. Yeah, it's been a long, hard slog. But Borders, apart from the first quarter, I think, have looked the better team all day. And what we've got there, we're going to have another bounce. Some of the Borders guys very, very happy just to hold it in there. Penola, well, they all have to lift. They have to give that little bit extra to try and get that 5-goal break back. Williams up. Luth tapping it down. David Iron there, but what does the umpire come up with? I think he's come up with a free to David I. He's holding on. He needs to get it in quickly. They're waiting for Mossop to get there. He gets down there. There's Skier. Gibbs is on a lead. What's he going to do? Too far out to make the distance himself. Moves in. Kick that ball exactly where he ran. Penola up there trying to take the mark. Llewellyn fighting hard for Borders. Marnie in there, Llewellyn again. Sort of been taking part in that all day, Llewellyn, and I probably think in the long run it's helped Borders out. They're still fighting for it down there. They're going to have another bounce up, and Max, this will suit Borders right down to the ground.
Certainly will. They're very tired boys, and as far as Borders are concerned, I think they're quite happy to fall over the ball or just play for time at this stage, because they've certainly got the game under control at the moment. Stephen Skier snaps from out of there, but hits the behind post, and that'll be out of bounds at the full, and a kick to Andrew Jude. He's indicated he wants to kick it out that flank and pointed to the Border people there, but the only ones I can see are Penola. And so what's he going to do? He's decided a big kick. Out it goes out on that flank position there. Bounced in front of the boundary line, and so it will be a throw-in on the half-forward flank position for Penola.
I think, Max, all these, the packs forming and on the ball's giving our statisticians an easy job at this quarter. They're not having to concentrate as hard.
They both dozed off, have they?
Yes.
Yeah, we've got to keep our eye on them. Johnny Mossop knocked it down front there, and very scrambly play again. And as you say, I don't think Borders will be in any great hurry to get the ball out of the packs, because they've got the score on the board, and at this stage it looks a pretty good score to hang on to. Mossop and Luth again in there, battling away. Ball comes out the back there, but comes across to Roger Modra. He's tried to handball it, out of bounds again. Very tired play out there now, and a lot of weary legs, and players find it very difficult to get any run going. Mossop, Luth again. Mossop taps it forward. David Williams in there, unable to gather it in though. Kicked forward by Jackson. Had another kick at the ball there, trying to get it out. Kyle Atkinson in is there, and Jonesy came through, I think, and steamrolled a couple on the way through, and the umpires indicated that I'll have the ball, fellas, and I'll throw it up just on the Penola side of the wing. Kicked out of the pack there, come towards Modra, and he's taken a steadying mark for Border Districts.
Modra kicks out wide towards the wing, looking for support from Borders. Kyle Atkinson trying to burst his way through, grabbed by Eye. Looking for a free kick, but it's not given. The ball in there in a pack again. Borders socket out by Mossop. Modra racing at the ball, and he sockers it along the ground. Pretlove working hard there. Good defensive footing, and takes it to the line, and he'll be happy to see it go there and give Borders time to regroup.
Notice John Mossop, this grand final, Crow's been able to keep his jumper on. He's still wearing number 4. In the last 2 grand finals, he's been running around with half his outfit on, so we'll be pleased about that. It's a bit cold to be running around without your top on anyway, isn't it?
It would be today, Mac. He's had a bit of trouble the last few years, hasn't he?
Yeah.
And then we've got Roger Gale. I think they're working hard, trying to get it out. The Penola defence still battling hard, trying to get their side going. Don Dickey can't get it. Roger Gale gets, great tackle there. I think Llewellyn putting in a bit of hard work. Wetherill kicking down long, but Roger Modra, as Max has said, a great game back there in the back pocket. Gets it out to wide, I think young Marnie, and he's had a good game. Good pressure from Penola. We've got the other Marnie chasing it at Penola, 2-on-1. He's done well, he's held it in there. Miller, no, the umpire's called a free kick for too high. But I don't think that'll worry the Borders camp too much. They'll be happy to see that slow the game up. They can get their numbers back. It's a screw punt in there by Peter Eye. Skier gets the ball onto the left boot, snaps it down quickly to Gibbs. What can he do? He can't touch it. Patting around, he won't get away from Andrew Jude. Best fullback in the competition. He keeps right on him. Modra helping out. Gibbs still going. Borders fighting hard. Penola trying to create that opening. They just can't get it there. And Scott Cunningham grabs the ball. It moves on. Pretlove in there working hard. I think Borders will be quite happy to see this keep going on. Keeps them in control. Scary, bad luck, you missed with that one. And the ball's still playing along. Out of bounds, and the umpire says no, it was out of bounds before he kicked it. So we'll have a throw-in right in front of the club rooms here at Kaiby Oval. Well, the umpires today, I think, have done a pretty good job. And the thing they've done, they've given every opportunity, I think, to the players to get the ball out. They seem to have been pretty consistent over the day. And I mean, the crowd, even the one-eyed supporters of both sides, haven't given them too much stick, so they must have done a pretty good job. But I feel they have. Craig, how do you see it? Yeah, no, I think they've. I think the biggest thing, Max, is if they can be consistent. And I haven't heard myself complaining about them too much, so I think that's
must be good.
Good sign if you don't notice them. So
that's right. Miller, it is in there trying to get the ball out, but Tavish is on top, suggesting that what about holding the ball? But it's got to be worth a try, Umpy said. But umpire there. In Graham Schutz has decided he'll throw the ball up Not much time left now in this game. Tap the ball down there to Penola. Whether all it is, trying to get another kick away. Good pick up by Palmy. Couldn't do much with it, though, under a lot of pressure. That's one thing, Craig, that Borders have done well today in that back line, isn't it? They've really kept pressure on the Penola boys. They've got no easy kicks at all. Robbie Clayfield, a big kick up towards full forward. A great mark to Andrew Jude. And by gee, he's played a great game for them today. And while we're talking, Llewellyn obviously injured his leg when he put a tackle on over there a while ago. And he's getting up now, and I think it'll probably be okay. Could be a bit of cramp. And big kick by Andrew Jude again. Mossop's underneath it, taking a fine mark, but he's about 60 metres out there. And kicking it up towards full forward, but time's ticking away now, and Borders have certainly got this game won. Well and truly over. Umpires indicated interference there. Could put them a goal closer here, David I. What's he done? Doesn't look bad off the boot. The crowd's indicated a goal, but a late goal to Penola takes them to 6-6. Border District's 10-5, but not a lot of time left, and Borders have certainly got this grand final today.
What better day than grand final day?
Yeah, we have umpire Phillips there, right from centre. Ball there, Nick Jonesy's out in front trying to get it, but Phil McIntyre got it in. Quick kick away for Jason Marnie. He's played a good game today too. Richie Oliver leading the field there. Kicked it out off the ground, and it could be out on the full. No, the umpires indicated it only one hand up, so yes it is. Out on the full, free kick to Penola.
Just been going 20 minutes too, Max, into this quarter, so...
Up high, we got Mossop there trying to mate. He couldn't. Palmy got the ball out. Don Dickey across to Jacko. Jacko's kicked it up towards Richie Oliver under the ball, and a safe mark to Richie. What a difference this game is. If we can remember a fortnight ago in the second semi, Borders didn't have much up forward at all, and they struggled to get in position. Today, everything's worked for them because they've worked hard in the defence, and they've run the ball well out of defence down in that forward line. Richie Oliver looks like he's coming back on the wing for a run in to kick the ball here, but... I suppose the main thing is now it's just a matter of possession, and as far as the scoreboard goes, Border Districts have they've been able to take this game out. Richie's got a chance now to put an but a shocker off the side of the foot, out on the full, and that will give the Roger Gale a chance to kick that in for Penola.
Gale kicks it in long, out to that flank. We've got Marnie out there, Dickey. We've got Weatherald again. Picks up another possession. Kicks it long. Up goes the Kidman. He can't get it. Pretlove in there working hard. Kidman again. Handball's out. Eye in there trying for it. McTavish about smothers the handball out. Picks it up. Quick kick. Moves it down. Back into the Borders forward line. Don Dickey can't take it. But Adams there. Borders have got support there. Short kick by Adams. Goes down to Jackson, and he takes that. He plays on again. Kicks it in long. Gives Borders the opportunity. Got Atkinson and Williams down there, and the ball's punched from behind by the Penola defence and goes out of bounds. And almost 23 minutes gone, Max. So I think, as you said before, she's going to be celebrations out at the Francis Way tonight.
Knocked it down there. We've got Penola boy and Coote gets it out to McIntyre. McIntyre in forward. I'm not sure if that was touched off the boot or not, but doesn't look like it was. Got an opportunity now in Jackson. Puts it across towards centre half forward. Out in front there is the Penola player in David Gartner. He's played a very handy game today for Penola. He's been in it all day. He's a real try, and David, he put a chance now to put it up over the half forward line underneath his Dickey, and he's also been a valuable player for Border Districts. Borders had a fairly even team effort today, with a lot of their on-ball players all playing good football during the day. Coming out, Kyle Atkinson's the player, unable to control the mark though. Coming out there, 3 Penola players. Handball quickly across. Nick Williams has got it. Handball there to Atkinson. He can't do anything with it. He'll need to tap it out. He's done that. Got it away. Penola player there in Michael Palm. Dodged around nobody, decided, who am I going to kick it to? Looked down the ground, no one there for Penola at all. But lucky there, McTavish has given the opportunity to young Jason Marnie. Kicked it up towards goal. Very accurate kick right up to the full forward spot there. Ball comes to ground. Ball smothered. Umpires indicated it's mine. And somebody must have suggested it should be Penola, and Richie Oliver suggesting have a look at the scoreboard. Up we go there. Mossop tapped it out wide there. It's all Borders at the moment, and we were saying earlier, Craig, we wondered about the legs of the Border Districts players, but they seem to be able to hang on all right at the moment. And nearly a screamer taken by Nick Williams there. Clayfield come down, tried to punch it away, got it out there. The player in Mustard. Ball came out there for Border Districts. Up it goes. Crick can't hold it. Very scrambly play now. Very tired players out there, and lovely throw off the ground with his left hand, but his umpire's called play on. Kyle Atkinson's got it. Looked up forward. Hooked another one. What's he done? On the wrong side of the post, 1 point only.
Yeah, Kyle started off early in the game with those fantastic goals. He's died out a bit as the game's gone on, but every time he gets it, you just can't let him go. He can come up with something brilliant. He's that sort of footballer. We have kick in by Anderson out wide to the flank, trying to find some support, but Penola finding it hard to muster any run or legs now to finish it off. And I think that's Dickey. Wobbly little kick off the toe, puts it down. It's Palm coming through in the back line, putting it out wide for Penola. I think Border's still in there. Yeah, just a touch high, and the umpires picked it up and said that'll be a free kick to Borders. I think if that's Craig Pretlove, he'll take his time, make sure runs that clock down. Had a steady game, nothing startling, but he's been steady and reliable for the Borders team. And that's what you said, Max, a good team effort. They've all had a go. They've all put the pressure on. They've wanted to win it, and it looks as though they're going to come out with the flag. Anderson takes mark, but no, a free kick to Mossop. He goes back, looking around, where can he go? He's not getting a lot of support from his players at the moment. It's a wobbly old kick, looking for Weatherall, takes a good grab. Had a good game, Max. He's played well today. Kicks it in long. Goes down to the centre position. Over the back, Llewellyn punches it. Cunningham's got it. Onto the left foot. Wobbly kick. Looking in there for someone at half forward. He can't find anyone. Jacko puts on a hard tackle. A nice kick out from Penola there. Mark's taken at centre half forward by eye. Kicks it in quickly. Gets it on to Mustard. He kicks in, finds Gibbs. Gibbs is there, runs into an open goal and puts it through for another goal to Penola. And that will take their score along to 7-6, trailing Border Districts 10-6 at the 26-minute mark of this last quarter of the 1991 Kowree-Naracoorte Grand Final.
Well, you're talking about Mike Weatherall and the game he's had. Well, he's had 29 kicks now today. He's been a very valuable player for Penola. And, of course, Penola, we should mention, we're going for their 3 in a row. There's 3 clubs previously done this. Border Districts for the first one, then Kingston with the second club, and Eden Hope with the third club that all won 3 in a row, but were disposed of in their 4th attempt. And so Penola, of course, we're going for 3 in a row, but at this stage, I don't feel there's enough time left for them to do it. So tapped it down to Luthi. Could be in the back, I think, there from here. And Tony McTavish is the Border Districts player. And they've done pretty well on that score too, Craig. I believe they've got in front all day. And in these conditions, they've played that pretty well. Kyle Atkinson tapped it off the ground there. Tracy, he's indicated it's the throw, so Tracy Adams now will throw the ball back to Coote. And he's got a chance for Penola to put the ball up to centre. He's kicked it out wide-head. Robbie Clayfield come to ground there. Gee, very heavy conditions. Good handball by Jason Marnie across to Scott Cunningham. He's got a nice pass up towards Jacko. And Jackson for Border Districts can take plenty of time here, 2 or 3 minutes. There's no point in rushing the game now. Right up towards the full forward area, out in front of the square there. The player, can he pull it down? Kyle Atkinson nearly did, tapped off the ground. Crick's the player there, he's in. Michael Crick looking for someone. Hooked it out across there, I think it might be Craig Jones it is, but coming out was the player in Gartner, and there we have the siren go. Border Districts premiers in the Kowree-Naracoorte for 1991 season. Border Districts 10-6, Penola 7-6, and our co-commentator today was Craig Stanridge. Craig, that was a great game of footy we saw today, and our stats boys, Stephen Emery and Lou Schinkel, thanks very much for your assistance, boys. A great game, Craig.
Yes, it was, Max. I think Borders will be very proud of their effort. They really only were behind, I think, early in the game, and from then on, they really controlled the game. They took it up to Penola, and they thoroughly deserved their win. And I think today's been a day where, with all the grades, it doesn't matter who's the top team through the year. They can be knocked off when it comes to that grand final day.
Yes, Good to see the sportsmanship there where John Mossop made a deliberate walk across to Charlie McKenna and congratulated him and his team today, because the Border Districts boys did play very well. John would no doubt be very disappointed, but we know that he enjoys his footy. He'd be disappointed they couldn't have got their 3 in a row for Penola's sake, but I think that Borders might have just been the underdog favourites. And today, and as we said earlier, good umpiring today. We believe they let the game flow pretty well. And here we have the grand final win to Border Districts, 10 goals 6 to Penola, 7 goals 6, in very heavy conditions at Kowree-Naracoorte today, with a gate of about $10,000.
Sporting action coming your way with the 1991 Siebel Grand Final at 4:30 the Sunday special Wild Island, and 5:30 it's time for Full House.